Darksiders. 4 games, 174 total trophies. Now I've never played a Darksiders, so I thought let's do all 4 in one video. Now while it took 9 years for all 4 games to release, Darksiders 1 being January 2010, Darksiders 2 being August 2012, Darksiders 3 November 2018, and Darksiders Genesis December 2019. Genesis is however a prequel. I will be starting with the newest game, Darksiders Genesis. Now I've heard many ways to play it. Genesis 1, 3, 2, Genesis half of 1, then play 3 and 2, then finish 1. But I'll be doing Genesis 1, 2, and then 3 in that order. I'll also be adding them to this tier list throughout the video, so stick around to see how I rate each game. Now of course I jumped straight into Darksiders Genesis. And I genuinely didn't know that it was this style of game. I thought it was a third person like Dante's Inferno or a Souls-like. So this was genuinely an unexpected style. But once I started playing and started using War with his big ass sword, I was in love. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot more fun than I expected from the initial like, oh wow, it's this style of game. And the opening is tons and tons of fun. And with the constant ability to switch characters, depending on what you're fighting, is a lot of fun. However, I will say it took just over 2 hours to get my first trophy on the board. Trophies did not come often during the initial playthrough of this game. And even after my first trophy, it wasn't like I got the ball rolling. It was another 2 to 3 hours of gameplay before I even got my second trophy. I actually only achieved 2 trophies in the first day of playing, which was about 5 to 6 hours of gameplay. But after I'd worked my way through the story on the lowest difficulty, just enjoying it, leveling up both of the characters, getting ready for those higher difficulty runs, I decided to do all level based trophies, such as killing all of the snakes in the chapter Decay. All of the level based trophies were actually quite fun and relatively easy. My next focus was to get the 350 boatman coins, but all in all, for the volume of coins there is, it really wasn't that difficult. Okay, there we go. This should be the last one of these for this trophy. There we go. Garden of Forking Paths. Is that supposed to be forking like an actual fork? Or is it supposed to sound like something else? But that's for collect every boatman coin in Boatman's Labyrinth. Now I am 21 hours in worth of gameplay. Overall, I would give this game a good fun. That would be my ranking for it so far. Definitely a style I went into thinking, this is going to suck. I was wrong. It's really good fun. I think my only biggest complaint is that they really didn't... Some jumps just don't work with the camera angle. I know there's like those patterns, but it's like just some jumps. There's a few like epic chests throughout the main story that are just pure hell to get. There'd be no other way to sum it up but pure hell. So after spending about 30 minutes doing the puzzle, I then went to open the final trickster door, only to discover that I was missing 1 key. I assumed right off rip it was a glitch. That's kind of my go-to these days. I assume most things like this are a glitch because so many games have bug trophies. But it turns out that wasn't the case. There was just 1 more key that I needed to earn from the arena, which I'd have to do later anyways, but I thought I'd just get enough points to earn the final key to unlock the final trickster door. Okay, final door. There we go. Gatekeeper. Unlock every trickster door. I don't know if the boss battle's here. I think I might need to be a high level for the boss battle, but we'll see. I'm just going to try it. Screw it. If it's a boss battle that's too difficult and I die, like, who cares? Oh, yeah. He's tough as hell. Damn, he just kicked my ass. Damn, yeah. He absolutely literally caning me. So at this point, there isn't much left for me to do. I need to achieve 70,000 points or higher in the arena, complete all 17 levels on hard or apocalyptic, but we're going straight for apocalyptic because they stack, collect every creature core, defeat Molarch without taking any damage, and kill the trickster. So first thing I decided to do was start on the arena. Not only for the 70,000 score, but it should also help me with collecting every creature core, as any that you missed throughout the story will be in the arena. And also it helps me level up my cores and level up the characters when getting ready for apocalyptic difficulty. To be honest, 70,000 score, it sounds intimidating, but it was relatively easy and good fun. You can get a really good flow going. Just use war to handle hordes of enemies and then change to strife whenever there's a big boss that does tons of damage. Stay away from him, shoot him a bunch, easy peasy. So with that trophy done, the next thing I want to do was defeat Moloch without taking any damage. Now of course I could just stick this on easy, and this would be the last time that I would play on the easiest difficulty. As a boss battle itself, it's really not that challenging, but to defeat him without taking any damage, he is a real douche. I've got one thing written in my notes for how I'd sum up Moloch while trying to get this no damage trophy.
You acting like a real McAsshole.
But now it's time for me to play through the game on apocalyptic difficulty. Now there really wasn't much to show because I pretty much just boosted through every level. I didn't fight anyone unless I absolutely had to. I just avoided every fight and got through them all relatively quickly. However, there was one level that I couldn't do on apocalyptic difficulty, Dagon. If you guys have done this game on apocalyptic or you've done the platinum, then you know this is without a doubt the hardest level and the hardest boss battle in this entire game. Now I'll be honest, I tried for a good 2 to 3 hours and just decided I couldn't do it. What was the next step? But then I found out that Wicked Killington is technically a secret level, so he's technically level 17. And the trophy only requires you to defeat 16 levels on apocalyptic, so I done 15 levels from the story and decided for level 16 that we would do Wicked Killington. Now in theory, this would give me the 4 final trophies back to back to back to back, all in one go. Now this was just something I'd read in a couple of forums, so I wasn't 100% sure if it was right, but it was worth giving it a go as I just could not defeat Dagon on apocalyptic difficulty. I'm a much higher level now, so let's see how I do. Oh, this is doing alright so far. He can't really hit me because I'm being a bit of a nuisance. Let's change to war. Come on, change to war. There we go. Ouch, ouch. Okay, he still does a ton of damage, which is super annoying. Ouch. Does a ton of damage. That's super annoying. I think I'm close. I think I might be able to get him here. Let's see. Not technically first time because I died to him a few days ago. Or was that yesterday? Might be yesterday. Oh, so can you not kill him? You just defeat him and he runs away? I'm not going to stop moving until I know I've beat him. I don't trust it. There! Wicked Killington. Nice. Collector, nice, which is to collect every type of creature core. And we'll see. Let's see if the trophy pops. I don't know if it will. I'm hoping that counted as a chapter. But it might not have. I might have to go and beat Dagon. Hey, it did! Let's go. Complete all levels on hard. Complete all levels on apocalyptic difficulty. And not alone. Earn all trophies. That is Darksiders Genesis done. I have no shame in admitting I was never going to beat Dagon on apocalyptic difficulty. He is insane. Some people saying that it's just, yeah, it's just luck based. But, yeah, I done it efficiently. I didn't waste time with the level I didn't need to do. That's how I'm going to take it. Efficiency when getting platinums. But anyways, on to the next one. So with the Genesis Platinum earned, which took me 37 hours, and 31 of the 174 total trophies done, it was time to go on to Darksiders 1. Before we did that, we're going to add Genesis to the tier list. I'm going to put it at a B. A good middle ground, a fun game, not really the style I felt worked best with Darksiders, but overall an actual enjoyable experience that I would recommend to people if I was asked. But now it's time for Darksiders 1, the oldest game in the series, but I knew this had the style I was expecting, so I went into this pretty excited. So starting Darksiders 1, I decided to do 2 playthroughs, one on normal, then one final playthrough on apocalyptic. Given I didn't know the game style at all, I didn't want to jump into apocalyptic off-rip because I would have been destroyed. Now this game starts with a pretty sick intro, a really good storytelling right off the jump.
Since the dawn of time, the armies of heaven and hell have waged an endless war. drawn to the conflict was the Charred Council.
And it truly gets you invested into the story. Now I have to say it's very PS3 God of War style vibes I got from this gameplay early on, which I'm not complaining about. I definitely felt like there was some PS3 God of War inspiration in this game. I could be wrong, but let me know. Then I found this human on the roof just running around. He served no real purpose, so I thought, of course, I'll kill him. That's a given. And you're not really playing that long before you run into the first boss battle, which was quite interesting. And that's a common theme in these games. All the boss battles feel pretty unique and are a lot of fun to do. And unlike Genesis, the first trophy in this game didn't take that long, about half an hour, as opposed to the 2 to 3 hours it took in Genesis. And the second trophy was even faster. So we're not very far in. I am enjoying myself. This is the style I was expecting from Darksiders Genesis. This like old school God of War vibes kind of thing is what I was expecting. And one thing that's so weird in this game is you can pick anything up and throw it. It's so bizarre. Such a cool feature though, but I am enjoying myself, I have to say. I have decided though that I'm going to be getting all of the collectibles just so I don't have to do them on the hardest difficulty in the next playthrough. That's kind of my goal. I miss Strife for boss battles. Oh god, rough start. Gotcha. Oh, a little bit challenging. I definitely need to try and focus on a bit more defense, I think. Hell yeah. Prison break. Free Samael from his prison. Nice. And we got Shadow Flight. Yes, I've missed this. Oh, another trophy. Gain the Shadow Flight ability. Nice. I've missed this. Haha, yeah, finally. I, of course, carried on smashing my way through the game and having a lot of fun doing so. Now, while you do get a lot of miscellaneous trophies along the way, the big center focus is the 5 main bosses leading up to the final battle. And despite there being 6 bosses in a relatively short game, they do a good job at spreading them out. My other focus between this was also the 2 missable trophies, both of which are in the first 50 to 60% of the game. So I got the first boss battle done. It was generally a fun and interesting fight. I had to use the environment, which I didn't know right away, so it did take me a few attempts to get through it. But overall, it wasn't too difficult. I then got the second missable trophy. I did forget to record the first one, but I had them both done at this point. And then it was time for the rest of the boss battles, all of which were a lot of fun. None of them felt boring. All of them knew when to go down and when to give up. None of them dragged. It wasn't like 15 stage fights where they just slightly grow one more wing or slightly get one more gun. It was genuinely a lot of fun to take all these bosses out in both of the playthroughs, but the first one was the most enjoyable because I went in completely blind, not knowing what to expect, and I genuinely enjoyed all of these boss battles. And of course, between each one, I was getting a good amount of miscellaneous trophies along the way and working towards the end goal of getting all of the collectibles as well as the Abyssal Armor for New Game Plus. As I was nearing the end of my first playthrough, my main focus was the 5 collectible trophies. Now, of course, one of these trophies will help later when I go New Game Plus in apocalyptic difficulty. The rest really just make you beefy as hell in this one playthrough, and of course, they're for the trophies as well. But I knew that when I was doing the apocalyptic playthrough, I was just going to beeline through the main story, kill all the bosses. I did not want to have to even think about collectibles when going into apocalyptic difficulty. And with a special thanks to Plasma SKX for these amazing Darksiders all-in-one collectible guides, the collectibles were no issue. As if you don't get them when you go past them, there is tons of backtracking in these games. So as I was nearing the end, all of the collectible trophies just popped one after another, getting them all out the way, so that was one less thing to worry about in my next playthrough. Now before I headed towards the end battle, I want to make sure to get a couple of boring trophies out of the way. For example, this one, for riding 100 miles on horseback. This is for sure a bore. So much so that I've recorded the part of me riding around, but I didn't record the trophy. I then also maxed out all weapons and unlocked all combat moves using a pretty efficient farming method, so it only took about an hour. Now I had very few negative things to say about this game. It was genuinely a brilliant game. However, during the final battle, at the same moment going from phase 1 to phase 2, the game repeatedly kept shutting down. And this was truly ruining my experience. I beat him constantly the first phase, schooled him repeatedly, and the game just would not stop closing. So I had to do this, which somehow helped the game not close down, but let me tell you, as you can tell, it ruined the suspense. There's nothing fun about doing this for 3 non-stop minutes to make sure your game doesn't crash at the very end. But regardless of that, I defeated the Destroyer, got that trophy, as well as getting the easy and normal trophies for completing the game.
Taught me something, Abaddon. Sometimes duty must be cast aside to do what must be done. It is not for duty that I kill you now.
So everything done on my first playthrough, it's time to start a new game. So yes, we'll overwrite, and I need to do apocalyptic. There we go. Would you like to start the game using the abyssal armor? Yes, I would. I'm definitely a little bit nervous. I don't know how this is going to be, but I know that you could, there is a possibility that you can do the apocalyptic difficulty on your first run without this beefy armor. So it can't be too challenging. I'd like to think not. Okay. I think it's here I can pick this up. Where the heck? There it is. There we go. Open air parking. Destroy a helicopter during the apocalypse with the vehicle. Now the only thing left for me to do is to complete the game on apocalyptic difficulty. The one thing I like about Darksiders games though is 1, the boss battles aren't overly difficult, but 2, you can skip most interactions. Alright, we're now going into the final battle. I don't know how well this will go. Obviously on a press the wrong button there, that was embarrassing. Gotcha. I think there is 2 stages to this battle. This is obviously the first one, and then he turns into a regular person. Well, he's got wings, but he's more of a person than he is here. Now I have to do this annoying thing where I pause and unpause repeatedly, because if not, for some reason the cutscene between the first stage and the second stage causes the game to crash. It happened a bunch, and I'm not risking it on this difficulty. Yeah. Oh, I think I've done it. Apocalyptic was not hard, by the way, guys. Complete the game on apocalyptic difficulty, and BFA. Unlocked everything. All in all, really fun game. The apocalyptic difficulty was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. It did take me into the next day, but it's because I didn't know life it yesterday. But all in all, no boss battles were that challenging. No fights were really that tough. All in all, yeah, it was fun. So with the Darksiders 1's platinum achieved, and now at 74 of 174 total trophies, leaving us with only 100 left to earn across 2 games, it was time to go on to Darksiders 2. Before we do that, let's add Darksiders 1 to the tier list. I'm giving this an A. That is an easy A. Absolutely incredible. War is such a beast. The gameplay feels so good despite its age. A few bugs. I say a few bugs, quite a few bugs sadly, but as a whole it's a very, very enjoyable experience. Now Darksiders 2 is the only game I ever heard anything about. I heard this game was fun. Like literally, in a conversation about games, someone said, hey, study, Darksiders 2 is good fun. And I said, cool. But I did think there's no way this tops Darksiders 1. Now just like Darksiders 1, Darksiders 2 intro is wicked. This game just has a way with storytelling. The narrator just in the beginning just is perfection.
What a fury, strife, and death. To know those names, you must first know another. Nephilim, cursed union of angel and demon. The Nephilim.
So in Darksiders 2, you're playing as Death, and let me tell you, Death goes crazy. His combat style is insanely smooth. The scythes that he has are just impeccable. They are so fluid to use. It feels incredible. It's without a doubt the best feeling Darksiders game. And one of my favourite features that I cannot believe is only in one Darksiders game is you'll pick up things like armour and weapons, and you can just build whatever build you want for Death, and it is brilliant. There is multiple pieces of armour to choose from, multiple different weapons to choose from speed to heavier, slower weapons with more power. And I also have to say, the free running / parkour gives me real Prince of Persia vibes. I haven't played those games in years. That gives me an idea. Anyways, while the first trophy came quick for defeating the Crow Father, it was about another hour or so before I got the next one. So it took me about an hour to get my second trophy, but right after that I got 4 trophies within about 5 minutes, one of which is getting Strife's pistol. Now had I just jumped straight into 1 and 2, that might not have meant much, but given that I loved him in Genesis, I was so happy to see that we got to use the pistol and we got it this early in the game. Now this was only a few hours into playing Darksiders 2, but I just wanted to show how much you can do in such a short time with Death's appearance. The fact they didn't have this in 3, I understand that maybe they didn't think of it until 2, but the fact that this is limited to just this game is crazy. I mean, Death looks cool all the time, but you can make him look so sick with some of the armor. I also just have to show you guys this cutscene just to, again, reiterate how awesome Death is. So I carried on with the story, and without a doubt, Darksiders 2 is far longer than Genesis and 1. However, you do get a lot of trophies along the way for either defeating enemies or completing certain missions. So from a trophy standpoint, Darksiders 2 is a much more rewarding game because you are constantly getting trophies every hour or so if you're playing through the main missions and trying to do a few side missions here and there. Also, this game just absolutely slaps. It's insane. However, there is no enjoyment without pain, and as I was fighting these enemies, they'd killed me about 6 or 7 times. I was really struggling because they just cheat, I swear to God. My game shut down, and just as I was about to beat them, devastated. But to be honest, Darksiders 2 definitely shut down the least of any of the Darksiders games, but I carried on with the main missions as well as taking out all of the bosses, and the common theme amongst all the Darksiders games is all the bosses are a lot of fun. Not only do they all have unique looks, they all have unique attack patterns, things you have to figure out. Some of them you can just hack and slash, some of them you have to use the environment against them. I generally enjoyed all of the boss battles in this game. Now, it's not very often a trophy will make me laugh, but this did. Void Walker. This is to be able to move between 2 portals, and the trophy is called Icon Has Cake. But it has just dawned on me, some of you might actually be too young to appreciate that meme when it first came out, which is insane. But either way, I'll put the memes up on screen. Now, while all the boss battles are pretty sweet, and the way that Death takes each one of them out is kind of cool, this is without a doubt not only probably the best one, but the most brutal one.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
So with a lot of the story missions done and most of the bosses beaten, and there was a lot of story related trophies in this game. There was only a couple more for me to do. But before I done the final mission and final bosses, I wanted to focus on the collectibles. Now most of the collectibles are phrased as side missions because in the game they are side missions, so you get the trophy when you complete the mission itself. And all of these trophies help towards this trophy, the secondary adventure for completing all side quests. But to get that trophy, I would need to complete the Book of Dead, complete the Lost Relics, complete Sticks and Stones, complete Gnome Mad, open all Death Tombs, and defeat the 4 creatures named by Thane. This was now my main focus before carrying on with the main missions. Okay, I'm finally coming towards the end of the collectibles. I've been playing for about 2.5 days. Fantastic game. Arguably, I might say this is my favourite Darksiders so far. Of course, I don't know how good Darksiders 3 will be. I have completed the Book of the Dead. There we go. The Book of the Dead complete. The Book of the Dead. Alright, so I finished by getting all of the collectibles. They're all done. Now I've just got to hand them all in for the trophies, as well as they count towards the side missions. So I think this is one of the guys. There we go. There we go. Antiquing? Complete lost relics. All you can eat buffet. Complete sticks and stones. Just had a thought as well, actually. Mass ruckus. Oh yeah, equipped elite items in all slots. So I already had an elite item in every slot, which is a purple. Take that. And take that. There we go. Go mad or nomad. Complete nomad. Nice. And because I got a trophy earlier called the Book of the Dead, I think it's called, I got 4 keys. And with those 4 keys, I can open 4, like, super mega doors right there in front of me. So, we're going to open these 4 for another trophy. There we go. This should be the last one, because I did do one last night to get some of the mystic stones from it. So this should be, there we go. Abracadabra. Unlock all death tombs. Nice. We're on a roll. I don't think I'll get the platinum today because I do need to complete the game still and then do the game on definitive edition, on definitive difficulty, and then do the crucible. So I don't know if I'll get that done, but we'll see. Oh, level up your first possessed weapon. Nice. I have read that this is arguably the toughest boss in the game, not just in this side quest, in the game. Apparently it's harder than all main bosses. Of course, that is subject to opinion, but bring it on! Let's see, shall we? I'll take this guy serious, not like the last guy. I do hate a shield. Ow, yeah. Ouch. Yeah, that sucked. Ouch. I reckon my mace would have been better here than these, like, hand things I've got. I'm gonna change this out. Where's my mace? Oh, but it does lower my strength. Not by much, though. Let's put my mace back on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Don't get in the way of that. Lesson learned there, eh? I mean, I am almost the max level that you can have in your first playthrough at level 22. The max level is 22 and I'm 21. So... Wait. That's obviously cheating, clearly. I'll heal. That was a perfect time to heal. There we go. We got him. We got him. There we go. Like a Nos. Defeat the 4 creatures named by Thane. So I got a couple more trophies, including the trophy for completing all secondary quests before jumping into the final boss battle. I had a lot of fun. I was going to say, am I supposed to walk down there? Like, seemed like it hadn't been finished. Oh, the Root of Corruption. Open the Well of Souls. Let's do it. I'm ready. Oh my god, I'm too beefy. I'm too beefy for you. I'm too beefy for you. Oh my god, I am absolutely caving your skull in. Oh my god, phase 1 done? Oh. Wait. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. You've lost. The big boss. Defeat Absalom. Is that how you pronounce his name? A stroll in the demonic park. Complete the game on any difficulty setting. For my brother, complete the game on normal. Nice. So after beating the game, I went straight to New Game Plus on definitive difficulty for both the apocalyptic and the definitive trophy. This was insanely easy because I was using health steal on my scythes, and that is just incredibly easy to cheese. But the game is still a good fun challenge on these difficulties. You just rarely die with health steal. But once all the difficulty trophies were done, it was time to move on to the crucible. Okay, boys. Let's do it. Wave 99, baby. If the game shuts down now, I will jump out my window. This health steal has been so unbelievably overpowered. I mean, look. Full health again. There we go. Stupid game. I mean, great game, actually. It wasn't locking on properly there. Cool. Is there anyone else? Complete the Crucible. Nice. Okay, I don't seem to be really hitting him all that much. Is there a reason for that? Not really hurting him. Is this a glitch? Ah, okay, so the health bar was glitched. That wasn't it, surely. He's so random. And there we go. Bravo, old chap. Defeat Wicked K. And... okay, I've just found out what I've missed. It's a very, very simple trophy. And there we go. The triple Lindy. Complete 3 high dives in the foundry. And... what the hell is going on? Oh my god, I've just realised what I've missed. I thought I would have got that during the Crucible, but I didn't. Okay, I did a bunch of side missions. I'm now going to cash it in, and I just hope it's enough XP. I need 5,000. And this final cash-in should get me enough XP. And there we go. Epic. Death reaches level 30. And there we go. BFA. Unlock everything. And that's in Darksiders 2. Brilliant game. Thoroughly enjoyed it. My favourite so far. So with Darksiders 2's Platinum achieved, now 124 of 174 total trophies, it was time to do the final game, Darksiders 3. But first, we need to put Darksiders 2 in the tier list. I'm giving this an S. Honestly, it's perfect. Death is amazing. The combat feels flawless. I loved every second of this game. While 1 is brilliant, it's awesome, 2 just feels better for me. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed all 3 games in this series so far, so I decided to start the final Darksiders in this video with some live gameplay. As Genesis was good, Darksiders 1 was great, and Darksiders 2 was amazing, so surely Darksiders 3 would be perfect. I had a feeling that I would love this game even more than the previous 3. I was wrong.
Until they were betrayed by 4 of their own. War, death, fury.
Ah, Fury. That's the last one we haven't played as. Fury. I'm excited. The last 3 games have been epic, so I'm super pumped to play this. I think this is going to be amazing, this game. I do wish there was an entire game with Strife in, though, instead of just being the secondary character in Darksiders Genesis. He'd have been cool to play as by himself. She's very chatty.
What pathetic fate have you brought upon yourself, brother?
Watch your tongue.
Oh, whoa, what's happened, man? So it's... okay. Feels nice, based on those 3 enemies. Oh, boss fight. Let's do it. Miss me. Miss me. Lovely. I like her weapon. Her weapon's sick. Ah, crap. There we go. Green with Envy. Defeat Envy. Nice. I think that trophy for beating Envy is probably the quickest I've earned a trophy in a Darksiders game. Oh, who are you? Oh, big boy. Oh. Okay, I got something. Nephilim's respite? Something. Can you... when does this game take place? Because Darksiders 1, they said that every human was dead. Oh, my boy, most consistent guy in the series. Volgrim. Oh. Wow, fair play to him. Stood his ground against a horseman. Do health. First of many. Spend an attribute point. Nice. And strength, there we go. Helping hand, save a human. So I genuinely really enjoyed the opening to this game. That's been a common theme through Darksiders 1, 2 and 3. The openings are all great, the starting gameplay, the enemies that you fight at the beginning are all fun. So of course I carried on playing with my main focus being getting all of the collectibles along the way, so I wouldn't have to do too much backtracking at the end of the game. And of course I've done that with Darksiders 1 and 2 as well, and it's always benefited me. So I have to rant. This is a few hours in and I've decided I f***ing hate this game. Side note, that opinion will change later, but these are the notes that I wrote only a few hours in. I'm constantly upgrading weapons and using skills, the painful lack of area attacks, every enemy has a faster movement speed than Fury, the gameplay truly feels like a far cry from Darksiders 1 and 2. It feels like they tried to be a Darksiders Souls-like and it fails on all fronts. The gameplay does not complement the style of enemies, the volume, or their attacks. There's a bunch of invisible enemies who easily hit you 2 or 3 times before you even have time to notice them, taking away pretty much all of your health. I could barely even avoid or dodge them before they hit me. I haven't been this close to breaking controller in a long time. I had to walk away. They almost seem to have removed the Darksiders' ability to dodge through various enemies without getting hit, like in 1 and 2, where you could dodge through areas you've already done to avoid having pointless battles again. But now it's super fun, as Fury's dodge seems even slower than War's, despite his massive armor and massive size. So yeah, that's super cool. However, after a couple of days break from it and going back to the game, I actually really ended up enjoying the game a lot more. Now that doesn't mean it's near the level of 1 or 2, but I really did enjoy it. At least a lot more than I did for those first few hours where that rant happened. Also, another point, I'm 15 hours into the gameplay. Why doesn't Fury have executions? War, Death and Strife could do them in Genesis 1 and 2, but Fury doesn't? With the whip that she's got and the movement she has? Not gonna lie, this made me mad. Why did they go so far away from what made them successful in 1 and 2? It's not a terrible game, it's an actual fun game. The middle of the game isn't really that enjoyable. The beginning is fun and the end is a lot of fun. Why did they change so much? I get not want to be boring and so consistent that people stop to enjoy your games. But this isn't like Call of Duty where there's 100 different games that all feel the same. I don't know why they changed so much. So I carried on taking out the 7 deadly sins, all of which were really fun boss battles, of course, given the names Pride, Lust, Gluttony. They obviously had a lot of fun with making these. Like, for example, Sloth was just a stupid, lazy character, hence the name. But I generally really enjoyed all these boss battles. Even when I wasn't enjoying the middle of the game, the boss battles were a lot of fun. But of course, it's not a platinum run of any game if you're not cheated a couple of times like I was. But for some reason, this collectible run on my first playthrough felt a lot longer and more tedious than 1 and 2, which was odd, as if you just read them when you're looking at the collectible trophies, you'd think that 3 would be the shortest of them all. Because all you really have to do for the collectible trophies is collect 50 demonic artifacts, 3 chunks of adamantium. There is also slivers and fragments, but you get those really early throughout the game, as well as saving 20 humans and collecting 50 angelic artifacts. It's probably the shortest trophy list of collectibles in the Darksiders series, but somehow it felt the longest. Then as I neared the end of the game, I got the final collectible trophies, kind of the main 4 ones. It was a big sigh of relief to get these collectibles done and know that I was finally about to finish this game. Let's do it, baby. Oh god, I have really got better at this game. He's taking a lot of damage. Am I beefed, or does he just like regen a lot? He regens a lot, okay. Yeah. But I am hitting him at... He's not really striking me back. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that was like unbelievably easy. Oh my god, I am absolutely eviscerating him. Okay, let's heal, I have got Havoc form available if I need it. Ah, there we go. Seeing red. Defeat Wrath. Oh god, yeah, that's kind of hard. Oh. There we go. Balance in all things. Upgrade 5 enhancements to balanced. There we go. Big spender. Spend 50 attribute points. Lovely jubbly. I haven't done Arcane. I just haven't felt... Maybe I should have, because like evade counters, I'm pretty good at those, but I've just been playing very basic. Maybe when I go do the apocalyptic run, I'll need to respec and do some other bits. But for now, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. Now, I have to say, I enjoyed the beginning of this game, and I've enjoyed the end. The middle is rough, though, I won't lie. Okay, it's time to throw down. Is she invincible at the minute? Ah, okay, that makes sense. I have to actually break the orb she's in. Oh my god, I've got so much. Now, I really didn't like Fury at the start of the game. She was annoying as hell, and her like goal of wanting to lead the Four Horsemen. But I've actually grown to like the character. Not as much as War, Strife, or Death. But she's okay. She's kind of grown on me as the game has gone on. But it's definitely got a rough middle in terms of gameplay. Like, yeah, I really wasn't having fun in the middle of the game. Oh, I think I've done her it. There we go. Egomaniac. Defeat Pride. Boss battles are fun. I feel pretty OP at the minute, even though it's unbalanced. Oh, I knew it. Is that a mix of Strife, War, and Death? What the hell? And something else, maybe?
Who are you, human? To speak to me?
Oh, can you stop with the superiority complex? Fury is the most arrogant of the bunch, I think. Oh, so she does have War's sword, and is that Strife's guns?
I do! I dare!
And Death's mask.
Never has, and that makes this easy.
Oh, and Death's scythe. Oh, damn. Let's do it. Oh god, that's War's move. I know that all too well. As well as the bosses from earlier in this game. Oh, she's shooting me. Gotcha. Everybody wants to rule the world. Defeat the final sin. Let's go. Bing, 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 bing. Wasn't War chained to that? Oh, he must be gone somewhere. Ah, Protector of Humanity. Complete the game on any difficulty setting. Path of the Horseman. Complete the game on balance. And obviously just got the apocalyptic one left. Oh, let's go. Strife. Oh. Was he Strife the whole time? We need like a next gen PS5 Darksiders 4 with Strife in like an open world concept making his way to Fury. I didn't think this story would end so sick. That was... Okay, it's now time to beat the main game on Apocalyptic. Oh wow, these guys are tough, but they were tough at the start, to be honest. So as I smashed through the Apocalyptic difficulty, arguably one of the shortest stories in the Darksiders series if you just beeline all main bosses. Just before the final boss, I decided to get this trophy out of the way for killing 666 enemies while in Havoc form. It's not something you really do naturally, at least I didn't in 2 combined playthroughs, but I wanted it out of the way before finishing my Apocalyptic run. It's the same day, the Apocalyptic run is nearly done. We just need to defeat, I can't remember this character's name, Lust, and then Envy. Oh, Pride and then Envy, sorry. I think this has been about a 4 or 5 hour run, something like that, nothing too crazy. Ah. Is that not? Oh, I thought I had that undone. I must have lost it. For God's sake, right at the end. Heal, heal. I healed, I was going to say. Takes the man. What the f? Gotcha. Suck it. You douche. Damn. Off rip, that sucked. I'm so close. It's actually insane how close I am. Let's go! Death Incarnated and BFA. Big achievement. Unlock everything. Done. So with the Darksiders 3 Platinum achieved, that's every Darksiders Platinum done. 4 Platinums, 174 total trophies, 4 games, 158 total hours of gameplay. We are done. But let's finish by adding Darksiders 3 to the tier list. This is probably the toughest one to rate. I really enjoyed the beginning and the end, but certain things in this game just felt wrong, like they lost their way, and it made a large section of the game just not fun. But despite that, I'm going to be giving it a low B. I think the boss battles help it avoid being even lower, as each boss battle was tons of fun, and using a level up Fury was genuinely enjoyable, but there's so much that hold it back from being a great Darksiders like 1 or 2. And even if we base it on an enjoyment scale, I wouldn't be able to put it above Genesis. A month ago, I'd never played a Darksiders game, and now I've done them all. If you guys have made it this far, I just want to say a huge thank you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and leave a like on this video. I never normally ask for that, but this has taken a ton of work and a ton of time, so I really hope you guys did enjoy. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Also, Darksiders 2 is the GOAT.